What's cracking, Jack? You are in the jungle. 15 games on the slate in Major League Baseball for Wednesday, September 17th. We're going to break down all of them and come up with the best bet for every single one right here, right now. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the show. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the jungle. I've got a bet for all 15 games in Major League Baseball on the Wednesday slate, and I'm going to leave two links for you in the comment section. The first link is to my $5 favorite play of the day, and for just $5 and no further obligation, you get my best bet of the day text to your phone, along with complete analysis as to why it's my favorite. Tuesday's play was the Seattle Mariners on the money line. Congratulations to all who tailed. That's now 5 straight days that we've hit our $5 favorite play of the day. In Major League Baseball, I'm going to make you this offer. If you purchase the $5 play on Wednesday and it doesn't hit, I'll give you my play for free on Thursday. The second link is to become a Jungle member, and for as little as 55 cents a day, you can become a member, get my full betting card, my official betting slip, text to your phone every single morning, access to our members-only Discord, and a direct line to me if you'd like me to opine on any other bet that you're considering placing. We have a free weekly trial. Take it for a test spin and see if it's for you. Today's video is brought to you by Outlier.bet, the top name in sports betting research, and by Red Lobster. Join us throughout the month of October, every other Wednesday, for Pay What You Weigh Buffet, where for our lunch buffet, you step on the scale in front of our staff at participating locations, and what you weigh is your price to eat as much as you like. First game we're looking at is the Cubs at the Pirates. Matthew Boyd going for Chicago, and it's Johan Oviedo going for Pittsburgh. Boyd is 13-8, but just 2-7 on the road this season, and his road ERA is almost a full run higher than it is at Wrigley. Oviedo has been good for Pittsburgh. He's got a 2.81 ERA and a 1.17 whip, and he's allowed 2 earned runs or less in 5 straight starts. The Cubs hold a bullpen edge here, however. They currently have them ranked 4th going into Wednesday with a 1.06 ERA over the last 7 days. The Pirates have 16th, and the Pirates batting just 175 over the last 7 games. The Cubs are at 258. I think the play in this game is the Cubs on the alternate line of -1. Cincinnati at St. Louis, we have Brady Singer going for the Reds, and we have Andre Pallante going for the Cardinals. Singer holds the edge here. The Reds have won 7 of his last 9 starts, and he's got a sub-4 ERA. Pallante is 6-14 with an ERA of 5.34 and a whip of 1.43, and the Cardinals have lost 6 of Pallante's last 7 starts. The Red bullpen hasn't been great over the last week, but the Cardinals bullpen has been worse. I have the Cardinals ranked 26th coming into Wednesday with a 7.53 ERA over the last 7 days and a fatigue rate of 8.6. Both offenses have been pretty cold, but the Reds are 3-4 in their last 7 games, and the Cardinals are 1-6. The Reds do have a better lineup throughout the entire season, a better offense, and they still have an outside chance of getting to a wild card spot. The play in this game is Cincinnati on the money line. Baltimore at the White Sox. Tyler Wells going for the O's and Martin Perez for Chicago. 2 starts for Wells so far this season after coming off the IL. The Orioles won both of those games, and I think the biggest takeaway is that he's got a whip of 0.60. And if you're unfamiliar with whip, anything under 1 is considered elite. It stands for walks and hits per innings pitched. So essentially, it's how many base runners you allowed every inning, and 0.60 is considered elite, and although just a small sample size. Perez has been good for the White Sox too, but in the decisions that he's been a part of, he's just 1-5, and he's allowed 9 earned runs in his last 2 starts. Sometimes the longer season gets to the older pitchers. Both offenses batting under 200 in their last 7 games, but the Orioles have found ways to win those games. They're 4-3 over the last 7, where the White Sox are just 2-5. I think the biggest advantage that we can take away from this game is Baltimore's starting pitching edge, and I like the Orioles on the money line. Giants at the Diamondbacks. Justin Verlander versus Brandon Pfaadt. I think Verlander holds the edge here. The Giants have won 3 of his last 4 starts after starting off terribly, losing pretty much all of his starts for the first half of the season. And Verlander's allowed just 2 earned runs in 4 straight games. 2 earned runs or less in 4 straight games. Both bullpens have been getting touched up pretty good. The Diamondbacks have an ERA of 5.53 over the last 7 days, and the Giants have an ERA of 6.85 and with a higher fatigue rate. The Diamondbacks have a much hotter offense, however. The Giants had a really good run, but they've cooled off since then. They're batting just 187 over the last 7 games. Arizona hitting 265. The price is sitting at pretty much even on the money line, and this game's in Arizona. I think the Diamondbacks offense can get to Verlander and the Giants bullpen, and I like the home field here. Take the Diamondbacks on the money line. Braves at the Nationals. Thirsty, Hursty, Hurst, and Waldrop going for the Braves, and Brad Lord, if you will, going for the Nationals. Now, Waldrop has had a great rookie campaign for the Braves. He's 4-1 and has a whip of just 1.17. He had a really bad outing his last start against Houston, but besides that, he hasn't allowed more than 2 runs once all season long since being called up. He has the edge here over Brad Lord in the starting pitching department. The Braves also hold the bullpen edge. The Nationals bullpen has been brutal. They have an ERA of 8.10 over the last 7 days and a high fatigue rate. The Braves are batting .258 over their last 7 games. The Nationals just .215. Take the Braves on the money line. Cleveland at Detroit. Logan Allen versus Jackie Flaherty. Mrs. Flaherty's sister, Mary Margaret, come and pick up Jack from the academy. Yes, he's taken the O'Henry boy's money again, his lunch money, and he's sprinkling it around recess. You got to come and get him. He's going to be expelled again should he misbehave anymore. Jackie Flaherty. The Guardians have lost 4 of Logan Allen's last 5 starts, and Allen has an undesirable, unappetizing 4.43 ERA and a whip of 1.44. Now, Flaherty hasn't been much better. I told you, come and get him, Mrs. Flaherty. He's causing a ruckus at the academy. He hasn't been much better. He has a ERA of 4.69. And the decisions that he's been a part of, he's just 8-13. And Cleveland's bullpen holds the edge in a big way here. The Guardians I have second coming into Wednesday's games, and the Tigers I have 11th. Cleveland is playing inspired baseball. They're 9-1 in their last 10 games and haven't given up on that ability to get the last wild card spot in the American League. They're just a game and a half out. The Guardians are sitting on the money line for big plus money, and I think that's the play here. Cleveland on the money line for plus money in Detroit. A's at the Red Sox. We have Mason Barnett going for the A's and Lucas Giolito and all that chest hair. He doesn't wear an undershirt. It's kind of weird when he unbuttons that top one. All the chest hairs is exposed. So it's a little dirty. Giolito for the Red Sox, not much data so far for Barnett. He's pitched 12 innings at the Major League level. He's been okay. I think Giolito holds the edge here, but the A's bullpen is in much better shape at the moment than the Red Sox is. They have an ERA of just 1.00. The A's are a bullpen that started off so miserably for the first half of the year, and they've turned it around a little bit in the second half. Last 7 days, 1.00. ERA, as I mentioned, and a low fatigue rate compared to the Red Sox, 4.61. Bullpen ERA last 7 days. 7 days is a good indication of where a bullpen is. And a low fatigue rate also for the Red Sox, though. I'm a little worried about the Red Sox offense at the moment. Since losing Roman Anthony, they've been one player like that. Like when he comes out of the lineup, the whole flavor is different. And it really changes the whole lineup. They've lost 9 of their last 13 home games. They're not the same team. They're struggling offensively. They're really not hitting well with runners on base. Ton of runners left on base. I like the A's in this game on the money line for plus money. Toronto at Tampa Bay. Kevin Gausman going for the Blue Jays. And it's a bullpen game for Tampa Bay with Ian Seymour as the opener. The Rays are a bullpen that I have ranked 8th currently with a 2.00 ERA over the last 7 days, but a high fatigue rate of 8.1 out of 10. I think Gausman and the Blue Jays bullpen holds the edge from a pitching standpoint here. The Blue Jays bullpen has an ERA of just 1.62 over the last week. The Blue Jays are a much better offense. They lead Major League Baseball in batting average, and over the last 7 games, they've been good. They're batting .268, 5th in baseball compared to Tampa Bay, who's batting .226 and not playing meaningful baseball. Toronto holds the edge in every way in this game. The money line price is sitting around minus 125-ish on most books. That's the play here. Take Toronto on the money line. Padres at the Mets. Nick Pivetta versus David Peterson. Pivetta is the better option in this game. He's 13-5 with a 2.73 ERA, and he's one of the few starting pitchers in baseball with a sub-1 whip. The Padres bullpen holds the edge as well. I currently have them ranked 9th, and the Mets ranked 27th with an ERA of 7.58 over the last week. The Mets had a great offensive output on Tuesday night. But remember this, my friends, my betting friends. The last thing you saw and the last thing that happened isn't the only thing you saw. And the only thing that happened in their last 7 games coming into Tuesday, the Mets were 1-6 and betting just 216. The Padres are sitting on a very good money line price, and that's your play here, San Diego on the money line. Angels at the Brewers, Jose Siriano versus Brandon Woodruff. Now, Woodruff had a good outing last game against the Pirates, but I'm concerned about him. Before that, he'd given up a total of 10 earned runs his last 2 starts. But I think that he's still a better option than Siriano. The Brewers' bullpen holds the edge all over against the Angels. I have them ranked 3rd bullpen-wise at the moment with a 1.15 ERA over the last week and a fatigue rate of 6.1 out of 10. The Brewers are swinging the twigs better lately as well. In their last 7 games, they're 3rd in baseball with a 292 batting average compared to the Angels' 226. The money line is too expensive, and we don't lay 1.5 runs with home teams. And people ask me why. It's because if you bet a home team, you're going to need them to be winning in the bottom of the 9th, of course, to win the game. And if that's the case, they're not going to bat in the bottom of the 9th. That's 11% less at bats they have than the away team. A lot harder to cover 2 runs. So you want to take the Brewers on the alternate line here of -1. Yankees at Minnesota. Luis Gil versus Taj Bradley. I'm going to make it quick now here. On this one, it's going to be quick now. Where the best play in this game is a player prop. It's Luis Gil over 2.5 walks. He has struggled with control ever since becoming a major leaguer. And in his last 5 games, he's walked at least 4 batters. In 4 of those last 5. He has one of the highest walk rates in baseball over the last 5 seasons. Luis Gil over 2.5 walks allowed. Seattle at Kansas City, Bryce Miller versus Steven Kolek. Kolek is a better option here for the Royals. He's allowed 2 earned runs or less in 4 straight starts. I don't trust Mariners starter Bryce Miller. He's got an ERA of 5.59 in the season and a crusty mustache. But you know who I do trust? The Mariners bullpen. I don't trust Bryce Miller. I can't back him, but I want to avoid the Mariners bullpen at all costs. The play in this game, we're going to attack Bryce Miller and take the Royals on the first 5 innings money line. Texas at Houston, Jacob deGrom going for the Rangers. No official starter yet for Houston. deGrom just pitched against Houston September 6th, and that resulted in an 11-0 Astros win. The absence of Yordan Alvarez is tough for the Astros, but they seem to be putting it together, especially at home. The Rangers played inspired baseball as they made a playoff push, but the hustle and good managing has an expiration date to it. Without the 3 best hitters in the lineup, talent eventually comes through. Garcia, Seager, and Simeon all still out to play. In this game is Houston on the money line at home. Marlins at the Rockies, Ryan Weathers versus McCade Brown. Weathers holds the edge here as Brown has an ERA. Get ready for this one. Hold on to your seats. 9.88 ERA and a whip of 2.12, dear God. I have the Rockies bullpen ranked 23rd coming into Wednesday and the Marlins at 6th. Marlins batting .255 over the last 7 games, and the Rockies a league low 167. Take the Marlins on the money line. And the last game we're looking at, Philadelphia at the Dodgers, Jesus Luzardo versus Blake Snell. The only way to really back Blake Snell is with strikeout props. He's a great strikeout pitcher, but he gives up a lot of sharp contact, a lot of home runs, and he struggles with control. He always has. I have these bullpens currently ranked almost even, identical shape at the moment. Dodgers 17th, Phillies 19th. Phillies have a slightly better ERA, but a slightly higher fatigue rate. Both these teams are in great offensive form over the last 7 games. The Phillies have the best batting average in baseball. The Dodgers are second. I think the edge to identify here is a starting pitching edge that I think Luzardo holds over Snell here. And that's the play, man. The Phillies on the money line for plus money. Let's have a day, Jungle Nation. I will see you next time with a little more money in your pocket.